All right. It's time for our A rank best of 5 prize show match between Aegyo and Alm.
So we saw Aegyo play some ZVT, I think a few streams ago, and he has a very odd style where he went for a very drone-heavy, low-tech opener on a quick free base, and there's a timing on it where he's got very little. All he has is some speedlings, but if you don't push him with fire bats and kill him when he only has the speedlings, then he suddenly has free base economy with good saturation, and there's not really any way back into it as far as I can tell. So the question is, will he do that style again this game, or will he try something different?
All right, and introducing our players in the purple Terran in the bottom left on, I believe, Sylphid? No, this is Fighting Spirit. We have Alm fighting for IRK. And in the bottom right, as the red Zerg, we have Drone Dance.
Yeah, he has a very distinctive style that isn't like any other ZVT I've seen. And I don't know how well Alm's going to be able to scout it and then react to it. It's
Drone
going to
Dance,
be difficult to play against.
Ariador?
No.
Quirk has played Aegyo before.
Yeah.
Oh, Aegyo, okay.
I said it's difficult to play against because it's so unorthodox.
Did he do the same strat against you?
Well, I play Protoss, so he doesn't do his ZVT strat against me. But
Oh, I see.
it's I can't quite recall how he plays, but there's more flexibility in ZVP. The ZVT, it's normally these days it's a very, I guess, there's only two real styles you can play. You either go 2-hat meter or 3-hat meter. And what we've seen from Aegyo in the last few ZVTs is he doesn't go for either of those. I think we're going to see a hatchery top right. Okay, maybe not, but that's what we saw when we watched him earlier. He's not taking his gas; he's just building drones.
Nothing suspect of either player yet.
Yeah, he's going to take top right or 3 o'clock. His drone is turning around. Oh no, his drone is turning around and turning back. Make up your mind, Aegyo. What are you going to do? He's definitely going to hatchery. Hidden expansion top left. Okay then. Why not?
I mean, hit him from both sides. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about at the start of the game with. Oh no, hatchery in the main. Okay.
Even if it was, it's not really the worst idea, because if Terran's army has to move north, then you can hit him from a different direction, you know?
I believe there's going to be a hatchery in the top left. He's proven me wrong so far, but I mean, that drone has to be there for a reason. Aegyo's just backing with me as a caster. I think, okay, well, he's going to take top right. He doesn't. Okay, well, definitely top left. Still no. But it's going to happen.
Zerglings chilling in the middle of the map. Just meet the scouting SCV. But looking for that third base.
I think the scouting SCV wanted to get into Aegyo's main, but it's just not going to be able to get in. I think he was planning to run across the map, but was forced to run up. He saw a third hatchery in Aegyo's main, so he's got to know that this isn't going to be a quick third base, because the hatchery that you used to your third base has already been placed. So it looks like we're going to see a fourth hatchery now. Oh, this is going to be
Oh,
huge.
no.
Oh, that is critical. That is absolutely critical that he doesn't see what's going on here.
Not sure if he did get vision of the high ground, seeing that creep of the third hatch in the base. So that information right there, I'm not too sure. But a couple Marines moving across the map, going to put some pressure on the front, forcing the sunken.
He's making 8 lings right now, though. It's the
Forcing
thing
wings.
about Aegyo's build is that he has a lot of lava. He can hold with speedings better than you'd think.
So Terran pushing out there wasn't meant to kill Zerg by any means. It was just meant to force lings, force a sunken, basically so Zerg just can't drone up. See, the top left is about to finish here soon. The Spire going down for Zerg.
We're seeing
More
a
barracks.
+1 rush from the Terran. I think the Terran is expecting to be playing against normal Muta Harass, and what he's going to find is that the Zerg he's playing against has way more lava than you would expect and has a bunch of speeding to go with them. Only 30 SCVs from the Terran too.
What's our tech tree looking like from our Terran? Have we got a starport started yet?
No, he doesn't even have factory. This is a +1 timing push. He's 5 racks +1. He's not worried about starport, factory, +2, or anything like that. This is a mass marine, early +1 timing. This is a kill play. He's hoping to push out and either kill the Zerg third if he can find it, which he's not going to be able to, or just run to the Nat and destroy the Nat. This is what we were hoping that would happen the last time we watched Drone Dance play, because you have to kill it early on, because he's taken his hidden expansion, he's going to drone it up, and he's going to get ahead with it. I like the 5 racks +1, because he's going to have the units he needs at the time he needs them. My question is he going to be able to work out where the Zerg's expansion is? And is he going to make some more fire bats?
I haven't seen any scans come up for any of those bases yet in the top left, or top right, I mean.
And you wouldn't expect it to be top left. That's just a weird expansion for the Zerg to have.
It looks like he is moving a drone in the top right. Oh, your StarCraft sound's not on, Ox. By the way. And the Marines looking like they're gonna try to push, but they're gonna get flanked by Zerglings and Mutas.
Yeah, I don't think he can go for this. I think this is going to go badly. But I also don't know if he could ever get back home.
He still has one Firebat. He did focus fire the first Firebat.
Yeah, I like killing the firebats. When you have this many speedling, killing the firebats is huge.
Get our StarCraft sound when there's a moment.
Should be on. Let me see.
Marines looking like they're gonna try to push, but they're gonna get flanked by. I guess the volume is just not on the Discord stream.
Looks like he's going to try and get his
Yeah, the
medic
sounds
home.
are on.
He's got a second army coming out to try and meet them. And Aegyo's going to have to pull the trigger now. He's doing it. Didn't pick off the firebat though. So it looks like... oh, that is terrible, those Mutalisks. Aegyo's in trouble now. His lurker upgrade's almost finished, but he doesn't have any lurkers coming. There's no Hydralisk for him to turn into lurkers.
Yeah, my apologies. I switched to the loading screen temporarily, I hope.
I like Alma's position here. I think Alma's played this correctly.
2 starports coming into play. Oh, losing like all of the mutas. It looks like Alm's just gonna be busting in here. Nothing too heavy to defend this. Alm might just be running this over.
Yeah, the lurker upgrade's done, but there aren't any lurkers. There were no Hydralisks to turn into lurkers. he missed micro killing the first Terran ball.
Off with a couple mutas that he has, some reinforcements coming in from Alm. He has plenty of medics. Run through these, reinforce the reinforcements. Drones being pulled, and he's just going to run through this.
Yeah, we still have no lurkers. Or not even any hydras to turn into lurkers. We have the lurker upgrades done, but there's no hydras.
Supplies is half of what Alms is. More sunkens more creep colonies being thrown down. Top right was being taken, being destroyed by just a couple units. The natural going down. He does hold the top left position pretty good. If we could hold his ramp, maybe.
There's no way.
Alm really shouldn't allow these sunkens to finish the natural though.
He's not gonna. There's no way. This game's done. It's he should have killed that first Terran ball. He fucked up the killing of it. The mutant micro wasn't what he needed, and the fire back wasn't.
Two lurkers coming in, and they take out a lot of the Marines. Oh, one Marine, 8 medics. Single Marine just gonna get a scout off in the Zerg main. Is he gonna be able to pick off a drone from the back of the mineral line? Look at the Zerg's main. Oh, it does go off. Just die.
Zerg survives, but I don't believe.
His hatchery did not die. He did lose a lot of units, a lot of sunkens, a lot of economy. But the hatchery lives.
If Terran never attacks and Zerg takes the natural or top left, maybe, but it looks like Terran is scouting right now. Alm knows if the situation is what he thinks it is, he's won. If there's a hidden expansion, he just needs to find it. We've got 2 dropships. The moment he scouts top left, there's going to be 2 dropships filled with Marine and Medic heading there. And he's going to scout it in a few seconds now. We have Consume getting research. Okay, there's Scourge being built as well. If these Scourge pick off the dropships, we have ourselves a game. But it's not going to happen.
Scourge is coming into play. They are about to head across the map, looking for a drop potentially.
If he gets both these dropships, maybe. But
maybe.
It's not going to happen.
The Terran, the Scourge are there to react, but the Scourge are going to get taken out. Drops are going to get dropped. Marines are going to take out the main. Meanwhile, Terran has an army in the middle of the map that's pushing across the map looking for the 3rd base. Yeah, this game is over.
Is it?
Yeah. Consume is done. Now we have a Defiler built, but it doesn't matter.
Doesn't it?
No, Defiler's is dead. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I just captured that moment by accident.
He could have won though. Had he microed correctly at the start, he would have had the he would have killed the first Terran ball, because Alm only just rescued it. Alm sent a second army to relieve the first across the map, and it arrived just as the medics were the only thing left in the first army. So he didn't lose any of his medics.
And the game is called GG.
Yeah.
Game 1 goes to Alm.
That was a nice game. That was close.
Wonderful casting, guys.
We're not quite on the same page with the casting. I just want to talk about like the game theory and what I think's happening and where the mistakes are. I'm completely ignoring anything that's actually happening on the screen.
It's horrible casting work. Is that what you wanted? No, I enjoy listening to your knowledgeable casting. Alright, so top right we have Alm. Top left we have Aegyo. Round 2. I think this is Polypoid.
Polyistopoids.
Yeah, that's Polypoid.
So I wonder what Aegyo is going to do after somewhat a crushing defeat last game.
Well, I think last game could have played out a little differently had those last minute sunkens been up when the Marines had hit. I'm curious to see what openings we're going to have from each player. They're looking like he might. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Hard barracks being thrown down for Terran. No shenanigans in play yet. See, Drone Dance going for a 12 hatchery, expand with the scout. Oh,
Yeah, I'd be surprised if we saw Aegyo do anything but 12 hat. He seems to like 12 hat a lot as an opener. Very drone heavy player.
and both players are going to scout their opponents at about the same time. The Drone Dance is actually going to see the SCV coming out of the bottom right position. From where his Overlord is right now, he might not be able to tell that his opponent is where the SCV is actually coming from. It kind of looked like it just left the base. We'll be scouting the Terran momentarily, but they're probably going to have a forward CC coming in soon. Drone does not enter the Terran base, besides save it.
He's banking a lot of money, more than you'd expect. Okay, third hatchery in main, same as last game. Which is, it's unorthodox these days, but he seems to like it and he does well with it. I did quite like Arm's 5-axe +1 timing against it though. I think that is the correct way to play against this 3-hat style. So I think Arm, he's comfortable with what to do when the opponent does this.
Couple Marines pushing across the map, maybe looking to force a couple more Zerglings. It's a tricky play as a Zerg because when you scout a couple Marines and with an SCV, you don't know what's coming behind it. And in a position like this, you know, making Zerglings is kind of rational, even though you want to drone up. Oh, we have a 4th hatchery coming in. He's got an SCV moving across the map. Bear has started for Zerg.
We're seeing the +1 rush again, so I think we're going to see the exact same thing from Alm as we saw last game. And I agree with that choice. I mean, he knows the build well, he's good at it, and it worked last game, so why would he switch it up?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's a lot of hatcheries. Only got 1 barracks.
We'll see another 4 barracks placed momentarily.
You can make a lot of dancing drones off of a lot of hatcheries. It's a great build. Oh, we had a couple Marines move into the 3 o'clock position, maybe looking for Overlords, and he just barely missed that Overlord moving over there. Maybe the couple Zerglings that were out hold the Marines back. That was close. Sense there from Alm, but just barely missing it.
There they are.
Yeah, I mean, this is standard. You get the +1, you get the the stim, you get the upgrades, and then once you've got everything else done, you just spam out the barracks. But that's a fast Hydralisk then. Okay, so we're going to see that the Muta phase is not very long, and he's going to have a lot of things as well. He's over making drones. That's going to get him extra minerals. He can use those minerals to make things. And unless ARM reacts by increasing the fire batch component of the army, I don't think it's going to. I don't think the Means Medic are going to do what he expects.
Fire's going to be popping soon. Muta's going to be coming into play, but he hasn't banked up a ton of minerals and gas, which you kind of think would be happening with, especially 4 hatches. Maybe not going.
Yeah, I don't think he's going Muta's hard, especially with the lurkers coming. I think he's going to try and take a quick bird and just abdicate map control entirely.
Kind of like the newer meta of like 5 or 6 mutas, just stacking them so you don't know exactly how many mutas are in it, and then it allows you more economy to do other things. It looks like he wants to push out a little bit, moving across the map again with 2 fire bats with his army.
That Spire is a complete fake. He is making a lot of Hydralisks, and he's got the Lurker upgrade. He's got Lurkers coming. That Spire, 100% fake. This is going to be a Lurker lane game with a quick bird.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, the threat of mutas is enough to keep you honest. Just work sword.
Evolution Chamber.
Yeah, it's going to be for +1 armor. He's going to secure his bottom right to put some lurkers on the ramp, and then probably go for a 4th base, taking the natural. And with mass lurkers, which is what he's going to have, he's got 6 lurkers coming now. 1 he already made and 5 more building. He's going to be fine against mass marine medic.
See an overlord position above the natural of Alm. Would be cool to see some drops coming into play. Hydralisk speed also coming into play from Drone Dance. 2 more hatcheries being made. Drone's moving across the map to saturate the 3rd base that is coming up for Zerg, but we see Terran's force moving across the map as well. Going to be taking out an overlord. Putting the supply that Zerg has to react to this force moving across the map. Lurkers coming in, dropped into the ground and get into position. And
yeah, here we are. Hold.
no.
Yeah, nice.
Love
it.
Onto the army. This is going to be huge. Let it go. Do it. All right. A lot of Marines going down. About 10 so far. Maybe 13, maybe 15. That was a really crucial play.
Ouch.
Saving his ass there. How many kills do we have on those lurkers?
We have 16 total.
Wow. Yeah, great play there by Drone Dance.
That's really unfortunate for Terran. That was a huge army. Just got
It's not even
really-
unfortunate. That's why you can't do that. You can't run your army out like that if they haven't built any Mutalisks, because they can have a bunch of lurkers and they could be anywhere.
To the lurkers.
Oh, Drone Dance has done it. This is a really, really good position for him. Look like Am has scouted the bottom right, but there's nothing he can do with lurkers on the ramp. We have
Think of lurkers coming up
double
behind
upgrades
it.
coming.
They're going to be running back. Oh, he should have left him burrowed. The lurkers are flanking the army. Gonna just take this army out.
That
Little
wasn't
pressure
bad.
going on third base up the right, but 3 lurkers going to be able to defend here.
We're going to see Hydra Lurker, which is something you don't often see. But the first Evo wasn't for +1 armor; it was for +1 ranged. This is going to be a Hydra Lurker game.
Hydra,
We are in for
lurker.
a treat.
Oh.
Especially given that Alm is stuck in Alm is going hard SK here. That we have no easy transition to tanks. I say that there's machine shop coming. Okay, so he could go tanks if he has to. And I feel like he's going to need them.
I don't think he plans on making as many tanks. Might be making the max shop just to get mines out with vultures. Assuming that he might be taking the mineral only. And we see lurkers dropping, gonna take out some more marines and medics in the middle of the map. Just some free kills for Drone Dance.
And he's pulling ahead on those workers. He's got 4 bases. He's ahead on workers. He's got 4 gas. He is just absolutely rolling at this point. He's got
Second.
everything that he wants to win this game.
And second engineering bay just finishing, going for the heavy upgrades. 1-1 up for Terran.
I would be surprised if Aegyo doesn't win it from here because he's put himself in the position he wanted to be in. When he started the game, this was the dream situation. This is what he was after, and he's here now. So if he can't win it from this situation, then something's gone wrong.
We see drop has started for Zerg as well, but they're going to be engaging in the middle of the map here. Zerg's dropping. I don't think Terran can push on this army at all.
Now, as I said, Aegyo is exactly where he wants to be. He's got his upgrades coming. He's got the bases he wanted. This is the dream scenario for him. So now we just need to execute it. But his build is exactly where he wants it to be.
See what these dropships.
Dropships coming into play. We're gonna have a drop in the bottom right main potentially. Doesn't have any lurkers there to defend, so this could really hurt the Zerg. And Terran should be looking for his third base here soon. Zerg's got a nice army in the middle of the map right now.
Yeah, and it's not.
The
This
higher-
isn't like a normal ZBT where the Zerg has to be careful with his army because it doesn't. This is just a completely different situation. The Zerg can just bulldoze or smash through anything in his way. He just bulldozes it. It's unlike most ZBTs.
And what a fun game we have going on as Zerg is running in for the kill with tons of lurkers coming into the ground, taking out the army of Terran. Terran has nothing to defend.
Terran has a
this.
drop coming in reaction, but it's not going to be enough.
GG is called. Alm loses game number 2. The series tied up 1-1 or 2-1.
This is 1-1.
Yeah, I wonder if he should have picked up his Marines with his dropship and just kept that mass Marine medic in the middle of the map. Prevent the
It was already
Hydras and
over.
lurkers.
Aegyo had everything that he wanted.
Fun game we have going on as Zerg is run. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight in this awesome Saturday evening Team Think Quick Showmatch series. Welcome to Game 3 of Drone Dance versus Alm. And in the top right is the red Zerg player. On the map Eclipse, we have Drone Dance. And in the bottom left, as the steely black Dark Terran player. Fighting for IRK, we have
Alm.
Any predictions, gentlemen?
It's been kind of a back and forth, hasn't it?
Right. Yeah, I feel like we're going to see standard play coming from both players. They have builds that they feel comfortable doing.
It seems like Drone is kind of an
Alm's
unorthodox player.
game, but Drone Dance's Hydras and Lurkers last game, with the drop follow-up that didn't even come into play, really would have sealed the deal even if Alm had a proper unit composition to defend against the Hydra Lurkers. I think he needed more science vessels.
His build just wasn't what he needs to be doing. The Mass Marine and Medic didn't have any timing because Alm wasn't playing, so Aegyo wasn't playing a standard game. You normally in ZVT you make or TVT you make the dropships because you have to go around the Sunkens, go around the Lurkers. You have to try and make the game more mobile because the Zerg is making it static. But that wasn't last game. Aegyo last game wasn't playing a static game. He had a giant army of Hydras moving around the map. There's no situation where you have to try and avoid the strong position of the Zerg. If you drop the Zerg, he just A-clicks and deals with it. He had a giant moving army. It was just not the game that Alm thought he was playing. And that's what we've seen from Aegyo, is that he plays his own game. You need to constantly be scouting him, because if you see a Spire, that doesn't mean you're going to see Mutalisks. We saw a 3-hat lair into Spire, into Lurkers last game, and it caught Alm completely off guard. He was expecting to go out and pressure the Mutaling with his +1 Marine Medic. Walked into hold Lurkers. You can't trust him.
Yeah, it's hard to lose 50 Marines versus Lurkers in a game like that. There's quite a few big shots where Lurkers just wrecked almost a control group.
And it looks like we have a late gas again, so we're going to see another quick third hatchery from Aegyo. Question is, what's he going to do after it? Because he clearly is willing to do anything. It's going to be... Arm's execution is great, his builds are solid, but he needs to carefully keep track of exactly what Aegyo is doing, because it can catch him off guard.
Definitely got to
I
keep
like the mech, though. I think 1-1-1 is going to be pretty good against this kind of VHAT.
So curious if we're going to see any hidden expansions on this map. There are quite a few outside maps that, if you're scanning around, it might be a little difficult to scan the right one. I mean, this looks like there's faking like he's going to throw an bunker down. Factory about to finish for Terran.
Yeah, so we're just seeing a Vulture expand. I like it.
So this is different than last game.
I think this allows him to put more pressure on the last game and doesn't lock him into doing a big Marine push. He's trying to add his own variance into it because Aegyo is messing with Arm's expectations. So if Arm plays a less standard game, then that makes it harder for Aegyo to abuse it.
Den coming down. No fake spire this game. Drone moving out, looking like he wants to take a third. Support from the Zerglings, looking for a scouting SUV, possibly looking to scout that quickly.
I don't know why he didn't make the Vulture, because the Vulture at this point should be what denies the third hatchery. There should be... Oh, he made it, just not doing anything. That Vulture should be microing and just forcing the Zerg to stay in his main until Hydras are done.
See Vulture speed.
Yeah, he's going for the drop, but I don't like it. It's I feel like the Vulture should be doing more to contain the Zerg and deny a third base.
Guess we'll see how it plays out. Actually going for the Wraith first. I thought you would go straight to dropships. A couple Hydras moving across the map. Think that we're going to see a Hydra bust?
If he tries it, I don't like it. I don't think the Hydra bust is good against a quick factory. I wouldn't expect it to work because Vultures are just so cheap and they're so strong.
Do you like it if they infested the command centers?
Hell yeah.
First Overlord going down from the Wraith. Already has his money worth there. Supply dropping drone dance. Not making any units currently. Does have speed Hydras out. Gonna be taking down the Wraith in the middle of the map. That is critical.
Yeah, that Wraith was going to be scouting for the dropship. So that dying is really bad. I also don't like that he didn't do anything to deny the fourth hatchery. The Vultures could have done more. I think this wasn't what Elm wanted from this build. He is getting a very fast science vessel though. But is that just the lair? That's just the lair coming. Okay, so we're going to see science facility done before lair. That's unusual.
Well, he is going for straight Hydras right now. No lair is absolutely necessary at this moment. Some drones missed from those vultures when they were being transferred. Drone Dance does have a good position, like with his Hydras. He's moving around a lot in the middle of the map. See the dropship.
Vultures though, yeah. Double upgraded Vulture drop. We're going to see this do a lot of damage, I think. He's going to avoid the Hydralisks. He's probably going to do 2 in the third and then 2 in the main. I'm expecting this to do more damage than Aegyo expects, or Aegyo can deal with.
Dropping 1 in the third, 3 in the main.
This is good.
Mine.
I don't think it's going to do any damage. Nope.
1 drone goes down, 2 drones, 3. Oh, wait, never mind. Mine's going down on the eggs. Mines do.
Yeah,
not
that
hit
did way
eggs.
less damage than I thought it was going to. I completely misjudged that.
Well, I thought he was going to drop all 4 at that third. Maybe it was good to drop in both. I don't know.
He's
Yes, he did
transitioning
tonight.
into mech though. Oh, that's his biomech. He's got medics coming as well.
Two more barracks also being started.
So the question is, what is there going to have anything that can actually deal with a strong tank push when the time comes? He's got his Spire, but he's nowhere near Hive. The Hydra, he's got he's getting his Hydra range attack as well. He's staying on Hydra. He's staying on Hydra against a Terran that is massing tanks. I don't know about this. I mean, or rather, I have an opinion on this, and the opinion is it's not going to work unless Alm completely fucks up his timing. I don't think there's any way that Zerg can keep the top left or keep whichever base Alm pushes. We're going to see mass +1 Hydra run into tanks with means and medics, and there's going to be D-Matrix as well. Aegyo's finished his Spire, but Mutilus is going to be irrelevant. We've had Science Vessels for a very long time. Irradiator is out. Mutilus can't do anything. We're going to see Hydralisk with trying to break D-Matrix and tanks. It's just... I'm ready to be proven wrong, but I don't see any world where Hydralisk can take on D-Matrix tanks with means and medics. There's just no way. Surely Aegyo is not going to attack. I mean, he can't believe that he can break a tank defense here. But we're just going to see the Marine range finish and Alm roll out. I'm also going to be right back, so Ox, you are casting.
Thanks, Quirk. I will not be taking over. Just silence. So this is a best of 5 cash prize A rank show match. Join our Discord, hop into the open casting channel, and cast the games with us. We're crazy. Got an open cast invite to everyone. Alright, let's go. Let's see some action here. Hydralisks are getting the hell out of there. So it looks like this is crunch time. Aegyo. Going for a flank. Oh, that seems like a big misclick. Is this a counter?
I'm not liking the Irradiates here just because I don't think he needs them. I think D-Matrix is the spell that is going to win in this game.
Yeah, it wasn't
Like,
really necessary.
Yeah, like Irradiate can single Hydra. The Hydras aren't what... You've already got a very good way of killing the Hydras.
Lurkers maybe.
Yeah, but even then, like you've got like 4 tanks with siege mode, you're fine. What you need is something that can make it so the Hydras can't overrun you, and that is D-Matrix. D-Matrix on a Marine, and the Hydras aren't going to do shit.
So he's just buying time, I'm guessing, to mass up and try to stop this attack. Oh.
Yeah, but I don't believe there's any way. You look at it and you think, well, he just doesn't have the composition. It's not about having enough of anything, it's that there's no amount of Hydras that are going to beat this army.
Yeah, you may be right. So these Agilis have just been running around like madmen.
There's nowhere on the map he can attack with them. That's the thing.
Running around like,
He
we're
can't
under
fight the
attack,
army,
we're
and
under
he can't
attack.
close.
Ooh, queens.
They don't have these energy yet, though. Oh, never mind. They do have the energy. Where's my D matrix? Come on, where's my D matrix?
They have enough energy for that.
No, they waited on a radiate.
I mean, reinforcements.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. This is a lot of reinforcement coming in.
You know, I wonder if Ensnare and Mass Hydras wouldn't have been bad either.
Well, he was just put in a weird position where he had to try and make the Hydras work, so he started mixing in Queens to try and augment the Hydras. But the issue was that he had a bunch of Hydras. In fact, he was just trying to make the Hydras more effective, whereas what he needed was not to have all those Hydras. He needed to have something else.
Supply gap is pretty significant.
He's still irradiating. I don't like it. It's not. It's not the way to use the energy. Does he know about top left? Because if he knows about top left, he should just be going for the kill here. Whereas right now he just he says, okay, I've killed the natural expansion, I should kill the next base. But with that many queens on the map, and looks like Divided Round is coming, I feel like he should be playing to end it. He shouldn't be playing to just get ahead, which is what he's doing right now. If he doesn't scan there, okay, he's scanned. It's a very scrappy game, this one.
Olm did it.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, Drone Dance, I think, just never made what he needed. It's not that necessarily did it. It's that all he had to do was beat Mass Hydra, which in ZBT is, or TVZ is not that difficult. It wasn't like a Hydra alert game like last game, or a Hydra alert game where you're stuck on having 5+1 or 5 backs making +1 marines. This game situation was that he had his factories, he had a quick vessels, he had everything he needed to beat Hydralisks, and the Zerg was still going Hydralisk despite the fact that Hydralisk had no win condition.
Defilers aren't going to make much of a difference. Consumers.
No, it's too late. He just missed the timing. He spent the entire mid game making Hydralisks, and then he had to try and go Queens to get something out of the Hydralisks. But the Defilers were just too late.
Well, he saved his third. But
At
he's
the
going to lose
cost
his
of his
fourth.
double gas expansion. He's going to go down to 2 gases here. Look at the supplies. I don't think he can ever win this. It's just Aegyo's build wasn't conceptually what he needed to be doing. It didn't. It couldn't kill the Terran, and it couldn't stop the Terran's push. So there's you have to do one of those. If you do neither, then it's just not a build. Mass Hydra followed by late Queens into very late Defilers isn't a ZVT build.
There's Swarm.
But the gases have been lost. The
Defilers.
swarm is out, but there's no win condition. The timing has been missed.
I think that with Filer, Hydra. Plague is a lot better than Swarm.
Where
Well,
were
he
you,
doesn't
Minos?
actually want to be going Hydra anymore. He's just locked in. Thing. It's the Hydra aren't what he needs. He's up against mass tanks. Hydras are terrible, but he doesn't feel like he can get out of them. Like he's upgraded the Hydra attack. He hasn't upgraded any ground attack. He doesn't have like he can't transition into like Ultra Limb or anything.
Yeah.
All right, that was nicely done by all. Two one for Ulm in this best of 5.
I feel like after the Vulture drop did as badly as it did, that was kind of Aegyo's game to lose. But his build just didn't make any sense. It was conceptually a dead end. It was an odd situation. I don't know why he did it. And maybe he can tell me that there was some genius move there, but it looked like he just made a bunch of Hydra and then learned that Hydra don't work.
Not sure if the Queens was sort of a last-minute attempt to try to stop the push.
Yeah, there was no way he could get to Defilers in time, so Queens was all he could do. But it's
It's kind of a heavy investment, though.
yeah, and the Queens weren't in time either.
Didn't work out.
He built a shit ton of Hydralisk, then he had to try and make the Hydralisk work, which meant Queens. But even then, they still didn't really work. I don't like the Hydras in that situation. I don't think it was good. Maybe he was expecting like a Mass Goliath follow-up or something, but I mean that just wasn't what Arm was doing.
Gave him a long time to sort of move around the map with his Marines and tanks. I don't think he was camping in front of Terran's Snat, buying himself more time. Make some lurkers, station them there.
Right. And here we are in game number 4. On the map Circuit Breaker in the top left. And for another 12 hatchery, we have Drone Dance. And in the bottom left is the olive green. Very fitting for his name, it seems. Also
It's
going for the fast expand, we have
I don't know if I like this or not, because this is, on the one hand, this is exploiting what Aegyo is doing with Aegyo's very drone-heavy openers. But on the other hand, I don't know if I want to get into a macro game with a guy who loves macro games.
Right.
Like Drone Dance, if you say, okay, I'm not going to attack you, I'm going to expand, he'll say, great, I'm going to take 2 more expansions myself. He's not afraid to just put hatcheries everywhere.
I would want to see how it does when we look at that infested Terran map where you can't attack until you make enough infested Terrans.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would play straight into his strengths.
Hell yeah. Thanks for everyone for joining us. If you like what you see, if you like StarCraft content, we bring some cash Showmatch prize series games, things, every Fridays and Saturdays on the Team ThinkQuick. So give us a subscribe or follow.
Yeah, Quark, somebody loved your casting last night. They donated $50 for show matches.
Nice. I'm glad they liked it. I don't know about their taste, but whatever. I'm not going to question it.
Good taste.
There's a lot of flavors going around in this server.
That was
Nice.
nice.
Apparently your flavor was sweet last night.
I think denying that scout there is huge, because Alm thinks that he's done like an eco build that's going to put him far ahead. So now he's got to be wondering, okay, what do I need to do now? Do I need to play safe conservatively? Do I need to be expecting fast lurkers, fast muters, speedling all-ins? Whereas in fact what we're seeing is another 2 hatcheries. Aegyo's like, okay, yeah, 4 hatcheries, why not? Make 4 links, make 4 hatcheries. This is classic Aegyo, but Arm is playing scared. He has no vision on the map at all. he's not going to have any vision until he gets comsats. And even then, once he gets the comsats, he's going to be worried that he's going to scan and then Lurker's going to attack us naturally. He's going to lose anyway.
Right.
This is a terrifying position to be in as Terran, because whatever you do has costs. There's no correct way to play it. This SCV getting in is huge. This is
Yeah, I think he
even
moved
just
out
seeing
with
the
his
natural,
Marines.
seeing the drone count is going to be really important. But it looked like he might get into the main. And if he can get into the no,
Once again.
Great block by the dancing drone.
and
Oh,
that
damn.
again, that's even more terrifying. You're like, okay, what is it you're hiding from me? What do you have in there? And the answer is nothing. There's no lair. There's no. All he has is Ling speed coming.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Great mind games.
Well, he's having none of it.
But I mean, this push here is good if you think that what's happening is there's a tech timing, but there's no tech timing. If he continues to do this push, he's going to run straight into mass speedling.
He's faked a few pushes in his games. Backed away. Maybe that's the right choice.
That is a. What are we seeing at the top right? That's a Hydroden? I think that's a Hydroden. Yeah.
Sneaky,
We have
sneaky.
a 4-hatch Zerg on 3 bases. He's just going to play this one into a macro game. He's happy. Going down to his feeling no pressure at all. And this is what I was afraid of for Arm at the start of the game, is that if you try and get into a macro game with a guy who does this kind of shit every single game, you're kind of playing into his preferred playstyle. This is what he wants to be doing. He's not upset when you turn it to a macro game. He's just going to lay down those hatcheries. We're going to see another attempt to do a 5 racks +1 timing. But again, Aegyo this is like game 2. Aegyo skipping that Spire. He's just going straight for the speedling early game into quick lurkers. I think he's gonna be fine against this. He doesn't have any pressure on him. He's not worried about the +1 immune to medics, because the only thing the +1 immune to medics kill is mutalisks, and he's not going to make any mutalisks. He's going for 5 hatcheries. He's got his 3 gases already. He's going to follow this with Evo chambers and presumably just heading to a hive.
I thought
This
Alm
is a
would go
lot
back.
of speed links.
Maybe he's not
Turns out
faking
that
this.
when you make 5 hatcheries, you can make a lot of speed links. And there's no fire bats there. Arm doesn't know what's about to happen. This is... Oh, it's going to happen. Come on, Aegyo. There we go. Oh, this is brutal.
Third flank coming in from drone dance, and all of the Marines and medics are gonna die.
That's too
Yeah,
bad.
that's what happens when the guy has 5 hatcheries. Like, one of the main constraints on just making a shit ton of speedlings is that you can't, because you don't have enough lava. Nobody has that many lava. But if you go 13 CC against Aegyo, he has 5 hatcheries. He doesn't give a fuck. He will make that many speedlings. And then, okay, there's our Evo for the +1 armor. There's our hive. We're going into ultras, boys. This is going to be a 4-gas ultra game. I love it.
See, Hive is starting Berserk.
Yep, there's our +1 armor. Second Evo chamber's coming. That's going to be for melee attack. And yeah, Alm has no map control. Alm has somehow done a 13 CC into 5 racks +1 Marines, and he has no map control. This is a weird situation. If you're Terran right now, you're feeling like, what the fuck happened this game? How am I here? I should be trying to contain the Zerg expansions. Instead, I'm building bunkers all over my natural.
Right.
Like, something has gone very wrong with the plan this game.
Hoping he'd grab his 3rd at least.
He can't take it quickly though, because he has a late tech because of the 5 racks. Like, the 5 racks would have devastated Mutalisks, but there weren't any Mutalisks. and walking out late into mass speeding. Aegyo has just been absolutely doing whatever he wants this game. This is whatever he wants. He's got. This has gone perfectly for him. This is absolutely the plan.
Definitely snowballing to be massive right now. No harassment coming from the Terran yet either. As far as like,
He can't. He walked down to the map and it went terribly. He's not going to try that again.
I mean, as far as drops or anything.
No, you can't after a 5x plus 1. 5x plus 1, you gain map control and you try and cap the expansion with your mass marines and medics, which can kill Mutalisk. But there's no tech behind it. It's just we have this 5x. If the 5x doesn't work, then you got nothing. He never should have been in this situation because the whole point of the build is the 5x can dominate ground units that you run into. But he didn't know that that Aegyo was making a bunch of hatcheries because he never got the scout. So he waits and he waits and he pushes out for the first time, but there's already like 30 speedlings on the map. It was just too late. There's no coming back. He's behind on workers. He's behind on bases. He's behind on tech. There's no coming back after that opening.
Some lurkers going to engage with the Marines here. But not something you want to run into. Tanks coming in, drop the hammer on a couple lurkers, pushing them back, allowing the Marines and medics and vessels.
Consume's already done though. It's Aegyo's just going to put all the different parts of this build together. The defilers, the upgraded lings, the Aegyo has his win condition already. He would have to really make some bad micro mistakes right now to lose. Where are those defilers at? He's got consume. I can't see them. Like 58 drones. Like 9 hatcheries. He's got adrenal glands, he's got consume, he's got mass lurkers. Firebats are doing their best here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. This is... There's no recovering. He doesn't even need the fighters at this point. I really enjoy how this has gone because I think that Arm is trying to find the answer to Aegyo's macro style. He goes, okay, well, if you think you can take quick 3 bases and make a shit ton of drones, I'll show you how my macro is. But Aegyo's just better at it. This could not have gone better for Aegyo the entire game. The quick expansion just did not do what Terran wanted it to. Yeah, there we go. We saw ultras coming towards the end there. Ultra armor had been done. Zerg was getting melee and armor upgrades. It's yeah, that game was done. So I think in his notebook going forward, Arm is going to write down: do not try and get into a macro game with Aegyo. It's you got a timing push him.
All right, here's the tiebreaker. Sulfid.
The question is, can he come up with an answer to Aegyo? Because Aegyo is making these games his own. Arm is not deciding how these games go. Aegyo is putting his stamp on them. He's saying, okay, this game's going to go weird, and there's going to be some funky timings going on. It's going to come down to whether Alm can read it and how he responds. There's not so many hidden bases he can take on this map. On this map, you can basically guarantee that you're going to find out where the Zerg's third is. So if Aegyo tries to do a quick third and then hope that it doesn't get scouted, I would not anticipate that working as well as it would on, say, Eclipse or one of the 4-player maps. And it looks like we're again seeing the 12 hat opener. I think I might just BBS him at this point. If he does this every single game, then like on Silphid as a tiebreaker, just BBS. Okay. You played 4 games in a row, and all 4 of them he has done the exact same greedy macro opener. You tried your own greedy macro opener, it didn't work. Just BBS. Just why wouldn't you?
My guess is he's reading Alm's style, which isn't overly aggressive, but I might be wrong.
Yeah, but Alm is trying to find an answer to what you do against a Zerg who always does 12 hat 11 pull into like really hard macro. He tried to do a quick expansion of his own, it didn't work. It's just win the series with a BBS. There's no reason not to. That's just me though. I think like in this situation that cheese would be absolutely justified. If the guy always does the same macro opener, you have to eventually punish it. Just to keep him honest.
What do you think of the whole thing, like, let's macro, play it out, that's a fair fight, rather than, I'm going to do something just to get a quick win?
It's not about getting the quick win, it's, you've got to keep the other player honest.
That's how the game kind of works, right?
So, if you want to do a macro build, there are still things that you have to do in order to keep the... I don't like that gas set at all. Every game we've seen Aegyo take a very late gas, he just goes 3 hatcheries. So denying his gas, like, he doesn't want that gas. What are you doing? You've played him 4 times in a row and never once did he take that gas. So why are you denying it? But no, it's you have to keep your opponents honest. It's not that the point of the cheese is to punish when they skip things. It's there are builds where you have to make certain things to make the build safe, but if you don't make them and you don't get punished, then you come out ahead. I'm a Photos player, so for me the classic example is the safety zealot that you make after you build your core in PvP, because if you don't make that, you just auto lose to any 2-gate. But if they're not going 2-gate, you're ahead because you get a faster dragoon. It's you have to make it, and if you don't make it, you deserve to get 2-gated. The 2-gate isn't a cheese. The cheese was not making the safety zealot. The cheese was taking that risk and saying, okay, I'm going to try and get a slightly faster dragoon
That makes sense.
by being open. If the player's going to take those risks, you need to punish them. It looks like we're seeing another quick +1 from the Terran, which is probably going to transition to 5 racks. However, we are seeing Ling speed out of the Zerg as well. So it looks like, again, we're going to see a... he's got all these extra hatcheries. He's going to try and hold the mid or the early game with speedlings. Rather than rush towards Mutalisks, he's just hoping to have the speedlings trade successfully against Marines and Medic. And then by the time that the lair finishes, I'm expecting a quick lurker. And Aegyo's style at this point has been pretty established. What he does is overmakes hatcheries early on, uses the overmade hatcheries to give him the ability to make extra speedlings, uses that to bridge the opening between him having his lair tech and his expansion, and then once the lair tech comes, he replaces the speedlings with the lurkers. And yeah, there's a Hydroden. So we are seeing him play this exactly the same way we've seen him play the games before this. So I guess Arm thinks that he can beat this. I would like to see Arm not do an early push. Normally in TVZ you do an early push before the mutas arrive, but this game he's got to know that's how he got punished previously. He's got to know that last time he did that there were shit ton of speedlings. He can't risk that. So I'm hoping that. Oh, it's 5 backs again. I don't like. Okay, now I'm up. What's going to happen is he can't push it right now because there's speedlings, and once the 5 backs are done, he can't push because there's lurkers. Remember game 2 when he just walked out onto the map and there were lurkers on hold position? He lost everything.
Yes.
And then he had to reevaluate. He had to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, now I need a factory. Now I need a starport. Only once I got my science vessels can I play this game. Same shit. He's doing the exact same mistake the second time. He can't push right now because of speedlings, and by the time he can push, he can't push because he doesn't have any idea where the lurkers are.
Doesn't seem like a bad build.
I think we're going to see a drop follow up again this game.
With which dropships? Doesn't even have a factory.
On the Zerg.
Oh yeah, I could believe that. But you look at this and think, you've tried this already. It didn't work. What are you doing,
Yeah.
Terran? This is.
Zerg does have 2 overlords in position. One near the main, one near the natural to potentially throw some lurkers around. But yeah, Hydra Lurker. I like to see it. I
don't
like it.
think we're going to see Hydra Lurker. I think we're just going to see him play standard. But I mean, these should be running into hold lurkers right now. And then also 1 Firebat. You know he has like 30 Zerglings, and you make 1 Firebat. Alm is playing this like he's playing a normal Zerg, and Aegyo is not a normal Zerg. You can't treat him like this.
Propane accessories. We see Terran jumping in on the.
Okay, where are the lurkers? Where are the lurkers right now?
Big flank coming in, but does Firebat? If the Firebat can hold, it's gonna get tons of damage here. It looks like the Terran has a decent position. The Firebat's getting so many kills, and Terran survives all of the Zerglings. Plus the
I
one
can't believe
lurker.
that.
15 kills, 20 kills on the Firebat.
Aegyo really
Marine?
fucked that up. Aegyo has lurkers, and none of them in the right place. That was terrible. But okay, imagine if you had more than 1 Firebat there. Like, why is he fighting Mathling with 1 Firebat? This just isn't. Aegyo's not executing this correctly. Aegyo had very quick lurkers, and there were no hold position lurkers. Aegyo, he was fine, and he left himself open. I don't get it. That was there was just no reason for them not to have the.
Another storm coming in here from the Terran, jumping on the lurkers. The lurkers not finished. Some lurkers coming in to reinforce from behind, but so a good position from the Terran. 5 lurkers gonna finish any moment now.
Aegyo has thrown this. Aegyo has completely thrown this.
Both lurkers getting handled very easily. Terran decides to run in the main and just cut the throat.
Yeah, Aegyo's dead, but you look at this and think, once he GG's, can we go back to right before the Terran's first push and look at where the lurkers were? Because there were lurkers on the map, but there weren't any at Aegyo's natural. It doesn't make sense.
They're in the bottom right.
Yeah, but you think, why were they in the bottom right?
Probably they might have been burrowed waiting for potential.
He probably thought that he was gonna push out to his expansion. I'm not sure he had actually scouted that.
Yeah, you think, okay, he's got like 3 lurkers and all 3 of them are defending the same expansion, which isn't his natural. Like, that just shouldn't happen.
Here comes a line of reinforcements coming on in.
They're almost impossible to see because Alm likes to choose black. This is
Aegyo's
going to
mega
be
dead. This is
Alm's last show match if he keeps choosing this color. I'm just awful at observing, and you know, this color is so hard to see on the minimap.
And Terran's running in against. Might have been this. Yeah, lurkers going down. Final blow is right in front of us, boys.
Things were looking pretty good for Zerg.
yeah, this was Zerg's game to lose, and he
There's another
threw it
push
away.
coming on the right side of the map. Looks like he's going to take a base or something. I don't know.
Good eye. I did not see those units moving around.
Aegyo should have left. I mean, 18 drones. There's,
What if he wins this?
I mean, yeah, you know, what if the Guardians suddenly arrive? No. Okay, can we go back a little bit and see what he had when that attack hit?
Come on, Blizzard, give us a rewind button.
Okay, this is a good time. So look at the bottom right for me, please. Yeah,
So
he's
he
got
did
2
have some
lurkers building
lurkers.
there. Now look at the natural. Just only 1 lurker and it's not finished. And he's got lurkers. I think there might even be lurkers with the army in the middle. He has lurkers at this time, and they're not where they need to be.
Yeah, they're in the middle. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, that firebat did work right there. That medic wall.
But even that 1 firebat, you sit there and think, well, you're fighting against mass lings. Why do you have 1 firebat? If he had 2 firebats there, he'd have 10 marines left right now. It's
Oh, right, and there
Matter
you
of few
have it.
seconds.
Drone Dance takes game 5 and takes the series.
No, Alm did.
Alm takes the
Stop
series.
spreading rumors. Poor Alm. He worked for it, man.
I mean, no, he got that last one as a gift. He
It was perfectly timed, right?
it was
been
perfectly timed if the
20,
guy
30
doesn't make
seconds
lurkers
more.
it is natural, but
He was gonna make more lurkers. It was just that time.
it was a good timing. It wasn't late, but Aegyo had what he needed.
You didn't flip your screen over.
How's that?